Ritika madam, can we start with the session?
Yes, sure, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So good morning, everyone.
So good
On
morning,
behalf of
everyone. On behalf
District
of
School of Management Studies, I, Dr. Anand Padare, welcome our guest of honor, Mrs. Ritika Shinde, and the students of MBA first year and second year for a guest lecture on graphology under our fourth dimension lecture series, which we have started for the student from last semester. Dear students, Mrs. Ritika Shinde has worked with Cognizant for almost 7 years, and currently she is working with Infosys for the last 1 year. She has kept herself exploring with lot of creative design processes through her thoughts inspire her to express herself through art and design, which eventually leads her towards solutions. She has also acquired hybrid training for UI and UX designing, which is adding up more to the interactive flow of her designs. Apart from the above, she is a graphologist having completed advanced course in graphology, and she has also completed B1 level in French from AFP and an accomplished Bharatnatyam Visharad dancer. Now, without taking much of your time, I request today's guest of honor, Mrs. Ritika Shinde, to take charge of the session. Madam, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for the introduction.
Thank you, madam.
Students,
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, I shall proceed with the lecture today. Can everyone unmute themselves and let me know who all are there? Hello, everyone. Hello, students. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Is it fine if everyone can switch on their videos? I would like to see every one of you all. Is it possible?
Yes, madam, it is possible. So all these students, please switch on your video and do it fast. Mohit sir, you can click a photo of also.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Great, great. Okay. So tell me one thing. Uh, does anybody know anything about themselves? Apart from what you are doing currently, I would like to just let you know, you can introspect for yourself, don't tell me, but what all do you really know yourself? Do you know what exactly are your strengths, your weaknesses? Are you aware of the scenario which is going on? Is it possible for you all? Or do you really want you to know about something more about yourself? MBA is fine. You are doing your courses, you're taking your education and everything. But apart from that, what more is there in life? Would you like to know that? You can say yes or no, or just give a thumbs up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, all right. Thank you. Thank you for the response. So, is everyone aware of their handwriting? How is your handwriting? Can everyone, has everyone, observed their handwriting anytime? Is it the same the way you used to write in your childhood? Is it
No,
the
ma'am. It's
same, or
not same,
has
madam.
it?
No, ma'am.
It has changed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will start sharing my screen now. so that I can let you know about graphology with some more insights. Let me know once you are able to see the screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So students, is everyone aware of their handwritings? How is it? Can anyone tell me if their handwriting is legible, not legible? Or is it okay? Is it very beautiful? Is there someone where only you can understand your handwriting and nobody else? Is there someone like that? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Any one of you can say something. Who thinks that their handwriting is good? Shall I ask your sir about y'all? So, okay. So as you think, so shall you write. So your handwriting is whatever you think. The way you think is the way you write. All right. This is a small glimpse about ourselves. You can just note it down and keep it to yourself. What exactly, in which slant is your handwriting? Is it really very straight? You know, sometimes people write it in left slant, sometimes people write it in right slant. So how exactly is your handwriting? You can just cross check your handwriting through this slant. It's just a small tip. There is lots more, but for now, I would like to tell you only the introduction of what exactly is graphology. All right. So to learn graphology, it's altogether a different time span which we would like to give. But for currently, we can just know what exactly it is. So what is graphology? It is known as handwriting analysis, which is an expression of small electric impulses from the brain to hand. So what is it? In anything. So it is all related to your neurons. Has anybody known about graphology before? Is anyone aware of it? Students? No? Have you heard anywhere, or have you Googled it anywhere, or there are lots more resources these days. So have you known any time before this session? Anyone?
I'm hearing first time.
Okay, all right, all right. No worries, we can know more about this today. So what is graphology? It is actually your handwriting analysis. It is not only handwriting, but your current state of mind can be known through your handwriting, your current handwriting. This can be done from your signature, your handwriting, and your drawing. So these are the three elements in graphology from where we can know more about a person's mentality, its current mentality, its habits, the person's habits, his current state of mind, what he might take action in his future can be actually accessed through his handwriting. Do you know that? So it's all the study of graphic movement, all the graphs, whatever graphs we do. There are vertical lines, there are horizontal lines, there are loops, isn't it? So every person has different set of handwriting. and so is the signature. So it makes you aware of yourself within and the reasons associated with them. Why is your handwriting like this today? Why was it like that in olden days? How it might turn to be in future? So this is all about graphology. How is it possible? How is this possible? So 15 to 20% of brain cells are active when you speak. We usually speak, right? We speak with different people, we interact. At that point of time, only 15 to 20% of your brain cells are active. But when we write, when you write in your exams, when we used to write in our exams, or even in any of the cases, any agreement or any notes, any notebook, it's 85 to 90% of our brain cells that are active. Isn't it a fact? We never knew about this, but yes, this is a scientific fact. It's a proven fact. And apart from this, apart from using a hand for writing, your writing also reveals in the same unique features if you use your foot or mouth to write. So for any other special cases as well, their handwritings are also the same related to their neurons when they write. Can anyone just make a logic why this must be happening? How is it possible? Like 85 to 90% of the brain cells are active when you write. How is it possible? Can anyone guess? How can your neurons be so, you know, how can your neurons can be known through your handwriting? Can anyone guess? Any guesses? Students? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So is everyone aware that our brain has two parts? One is the analytical part, one is the creative part, right? So if a person, like for example, an artist, if there is an artist, which part of the brain is more active? The creative one, the left part of the brain, right? And for the other cases, if someone is very much, active and intelligent in maths, which part of the brain is active? The analytical part. So how is this calculated? Should I tell you? So it's like, this is our thumb, right? This is our thumb. When we write, can anyone write with these four fingers? Can anyone write with these four fingers? No, we cannot write with the four fingers. We need the fifth one, which is the thumb. So when we write with our thumb, when we use our five fingers and write, there are some nerves, there are some cells attached to this thumb, right? There are different types of veins. So these veins are connected to your neurons in the brain. When these nerves are connected to your neurons and we write, while writing, everything is passed on. So it activates your neurons activates your body parts, your motor skills. And these motor skills, they trigger the instrument which you are holding in the hand. So it can be any instrument, be it pencil, pen, sketch pen, colors, whatever it may be. And accordingly, we write. So it's not like we are writing, but the graphs is a representation of our neurons. The current neurological state of our mind is reflected through the graphs, which we call it as handwriting. So it can be from any body part. It can be through your hand also, leg also, mouth also. It's all when your neurons get activated. All right. Is everyone clear about this? This is the major point. How is it possible to analyze through our handwriting? Is everyone on the same page?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts? Anyone wants any clearance over this? Is everyone clear about this?
Ma'am, one thing that as you told, when we using thumb while writing, then our neurons get active. But what about when we write by mouth, like by speaking, when we don't use our thumb, then how the neurons get active?
Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point. Thank you for asking this question. See, it's the same thing which happens when we use our motor skills. When do we use our motor skills? It's always something which gives message to our body, right? So who gives message to our body? It's our neurons, correct? So even if we write it from our mouth or our leg while writing, how the graph should be taking a curve, how it should be taking a vertical line or a horizontal line. It's not the body part which decides. It's the neurons which decides. I gave you an example of the thumb because most of the people write it with hand. So this was just an example that this particular section is connected to your neurons. In same way, the way we speak is also connected to your neurons. All our body parts. So in which from whichever body part is it, it's possible to write or draw is connected to your neurons. And it is your neurons which give a command to your body through which the graphs are represented. Are you clear now?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. This is actually a very unconscious thing. We are not so conscious about our handwriting and what exactly is going on in our body, but this is how the body works. And this is how these kind of tools like graphology are being invented. So in short, what is it? Graphology, it is a way to understand your subconscious mind and explore your real personality. It is a kind of mental photograph of your thoughts that generate in your mind. How come this is the sentence? How come this is stated? Whatever actions you take, it is a representation of your thoughts. So it is a mental photograph of your thoughts. The way your thoughts are would come through your actions. Handwriting is one of the action. So it is based on the principle that every person's handwriting is as unique as their fingerprints. No fingerprint is same way. Likewise, no handwriting can be same. Even if we copy a signature, which we used to do, which everyone or some of you might used to do in your school days, if you get a remark from school, and if you have to, copy your parents' signature, that yes, we have seen, that's not the case. So in a bigger area and on a bigger background, every fingerprint and every handwriting is very different, very different. No one can copy anyone's signature. So it is the unbiased study of strokes and patterns present in your handwriting. It is cost effective, fast and accurate technique. It's a proven technique. So many people are really using this to get a clear picture of scenario. It is a step towards self-discovery. All right. So these are the points in short what we would like to know about graphology. Shall I go forward? Does anyone
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
add anything over here? All right. We shall go ahead. Where all can it help? I have a small picture over here. You can see thoughts become words, which becomes your actions, which becomes your habits, and which becomes your character. Eventually, all these things decide your destiny. I hope If you want to introspect, you can introspect your current lifestyle. It is you who have designed, no one else. You cannot blame anybody else. So it is your thoughts due to which you are right now like that. Good or bad, anything, but it's you. So graphology, where it can help us, it can help us in our health, it can help us in our career, our family, social well-being, how we can be in our social lives. Our financial lives can get more clarity through this. Then the intellectual part and the spiritual part. Isn't it very interesting that through this one tool, we can get to know all these points of ourselves: health, career, family, social, financial, intellectual, and spiritual. Isn't it? So, there is one more thing called as graphotherapy. What is graphotherapy? These things we saw, right? Where it can help. So if it can help in our career, family, social, and all these points, how it can help? We can only observe our handwriting, but is there any other thing through which we can improve on it? Yes, we can. That is graphotherapy. So graphotherapy is a therapy which makes conscious changes in your handwriting. This results in positive subconscious changes in your personality. Does anyone know about SWOT analysis? Have you learned anything about SWOT analysis till now?
Strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats.
Yes, but did you know about the SWOT analysis before? Anyone? So
SWOT
this
analysis.
okay, never mind. So SWOT analysis is also a tool where usually in corporate areas, in corporate organizations, we use this analysis to get to know more about ourselves. Now, everyone does not know about graphology, right? So when you go in an organization, when you work as an employee in different areas, there is something called a SWOT analysis. Your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You can analyze your own mindset through these 4 points and know where exactly are you standing. Are you standing in the higher expectations? Have you already completed the expectations of your organization or in your life? Anything. So these are the 4 points. Graphotherapy can help you all through these 4 points. Got it? How your strengths can be maximized to how it can be limitless, how your weaknesses can be improved. We cannot just leave our weaknesses. We need to take efforts to improve it. Day by day, there are some actions, there are some therapies involved where we can improve it. Then there are opportunities. How you can find these opportunities in day-to-day life. It's not necessary that someone needs to come and give it to you. You need to look forward for opportunities. So how can you develop that aspect in yourself through graphology? And then we also have threats. How can these threats be avoided? What are the threats? For example, if you have any habit which really, which really pulls you down. For example, anger. We get angry in small things. But if we get angry, if I get angry on small things, I am losing out on big opportunities. I might lose out on a very big opportunity. This might go turn towards my weaknesses, and eventually it just lowers my strength. So, to improve on all these things, how can we avoid these threats? this can also be improved through graphotherapy. But graphotherapy, please mind every one of y'all, graphotherapy needs to be taken place only under the expert. Please check if at all you want to go ahead with graphotherapy, it is advisable to be under the expert and then improve yourself through graphotherapy. All right, shall we go ahead? Any doubts still here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the response. So, is graphology an art or science? It's actually a blend of both, because first of all, it's a science, as I told you earlier. It is your neurons, it's the representation of your neurons through your commas, strokes, slants, angles, and etc. So all this is calculated and observed very minutely. The structures are observed very minutely. So it's a science. How come it's an art? How come it's an art? You know, while giving an analysis, when there is something in your hand and you have to conclude it to the person or tell it to the other people, or come to a conclusion, then you need to actually count upon all the things, all 360 angle, and then decide what needs to be, which action needs to be taken. So it's an art to actually keep in mind the whole context. We cannot be biased only on one aspect. If anything is wrong, see, everyone has our negative points, right? No one is perfect here. Everyone has few things to be improved. So does that make you a bad human being? No, right? The levels are different. So it's an art how we carry ourselves in different areas in life with people. The same way, for a graphologist, it's an art to keep everything in mind, all the aspects, and then analyze a sample or analyze the given handwriting with different traits. So if you see, we have these olden scriptures. These are our Indian scriptures. The one which is in middle was at the time of Shivaji Maharaj. And this is also one of these scriptures where you can see these scriptures. Can anyone tell me? Have you seen these kind of handwritings or scriptures anywhere? Can anyone tell me where you have encountered these kind of images till now? Students? Am I audible?
Forts, ma'am.
Can you repeat where exactly?
Fort.
Okay, forts. Yes, that's true. That's true. Has anyone seen these kind of pictures in temples, olden temples? Okay, all right. Henceforth, you can observe, if you go to any olden time of temple, you can check if you can see these kind of scriptures anywhere. All right, because these kind of our olden scriptures had a very big value of handwriting analysis. This tool was first invented in India, though it might not sound very frequent right now, but yes, let's go ahead in our next slide. What is the origin? So the origin of graphology, the root of this graphology was in India. I guess almost in 1581. Yes, backdated in 1580 or 81. I'm not really sure, but it was in the 15th of century, where handwriting science was rooted here in our eastern part, that is India. And Rishi Parashar was the researcher on Indian language. Sanskrit, which is supposed to be the oldest and the most scientific language, the finest language of this universe, was first studied by Rishi Parashar. So according to me, Parashar Rishi is the father of ancient graphology, as he was the first human on earth to start studying the alphabet, which is in Devanagari language. All right. Today, you might check, even if you Google, you might see that there are many different kind of origins. Some people might say that it is originated in China. Some might say that it is originated in the British part, the Western part. But no, this was first originated or investigated in our India by Rishi Parashar through the Sanskrit language. And then eventually what happened was, in the days after that, it just got vanished till the Mahakavi era. I guess till the Mahakavi era in our Indian history, Kavi Kalidas, if you remember. Till Kavi Kalidas, everything was like intact. People used to, study more about the literature and the language and the scripts. All this was there. But after the Kalidas era, the Mahakavi era, it started vanishing somehow, unfortunately, from India. And then, uh, yes, and then it was recognized again, backdated. Yes, see, it was recognized again in the dashboard. All right. So this has been, always there in our Vedas and our Puranas. For the Western culture, it actually started, the recognition for graphology started after the Second World War, where Germany was very much into the signature analysis. And till now, if you check, till now, the recruitment of staff in Germany is always towards graphology. In their first round of interview, they do take graphology test of handwriting and signature, and then decide whether to go ahead with the candidate or not. All right. So its usage. What can be its use? Where all can it be used? The forgery detection, corporate analysis, recruitment analysis, personality profiling, and marital compatibility. All right. So how come for forgery detection? Can anyone guess? How can graphology be used for forgery detection? Any guesses? Anyone wants to, check out, or anyone wants to say anything about the first point? How it can be used? Is anyone aware of the term forgery? What exactly happens there? Okay, no problem. So there are some cases, there are criminal cases as well, where people misuse the data. All right, people misuse the data put or sign the way it is expected. It's the fake sign, and then misuse everything or get benefited by the system. So this happens in our society as well. It happens in the administration part. It can happen in the family part, isn't it? Based on any materialistic benefits, people do go ahead and do such things. So while solving these cases in law, there are graphologists who work on this. So they can easily detect whether a particular signature is fake or real. All right. Here I can give you a tip. Who all can, okay, let's see. I will give you the tip at the end of the session after I ask you one question. Let's see. We will go ahead with the other usage for recruitment analysis. You all are into MBAs, right? So the personality traits that handwriting analysis can reveal in a candidate. What all levels of you know qualities are there which you can analyze. There is leadership quality, the trustworthiness of a candidate, general behavioral pattern, behavior with the opposite sex, ability to work under pressure. Some people are not really, they don't really know whether they can, handle the pressure or not. But if we check their handwriting and if you want to recruit that person, this quality can also be checked. And then we can decide whether the person can be recruited or not. So there is ability to handle conflicts. Sometimes people cannot handle conflicts. That is also one thing. The creativity level, sincerity, optimistic, ability to work in a team and meet deadlines. All these things can be revealed through your handwriting when it comes to recruitment analysis. So graphology can help you with all these things. For corporate training, what happens in the corporate training? Again, employing the wrong candidate can actually prove a heavy cost. It can bang on with a heavy cost to the organization. So the same thing applies for corporate training. The managers are provided with a focused opinion based on the company culture and requirements for the post. And accordingly, if at all the manager is lacking in some qualities, we can use graphotherapy and rebuild him in such a way that he is beneficial to the organization. So graphotherapy can be used for corporate trainings. Personality profiling. So personality is an essential aspect for every one of us, right? Where all we can, grow well in our personality, improving our relationships, selecting a life partner, working upon our weaknesses, building more confidence, focusing more on the goals. So all these things are for our personality. We can work upon our personality through all these points in graphology. Then is our marital compatibility. Is anyone married over here? Or who all are looking forward for a marriage in future? You can say, you can talk to me. It's okay, even if your sir or professors are there. It's okay. Does anyone want to say anything? All right, no problem. We can go ahead. So even if you are going ahead in your marriage area, graphology, this tool will be helping you more on that part as well. Isn't it great? You can actually know how your partner is through his or her signature or handwriting. You can also improve your partner. If you are already married, you can improve or help your partner to grow well in life through this tool. Isn't it great? It helps you to analyze, to know how your partner is. If you know how your partner is, would you get angry on him or her? No, you wouldn't. You would actually cooperate well, isn't it? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So this technique has also been very helpful to check the couple compatibility when it comes to arranged marriages or even love marriages. All right. For MBA students, how this can be helpful? It can help you in leadership skills, ability to perform well in your own, in your own sections, whichever part you are choosing ahead in your life, it can help you to perform well. Ability to work in a team. Teamwork is also one big quality when you actually go out for a job. Then your honesty, the sincerity, all these things can be checked and improved through this tool. And then you will be picked for an organization very well. If at all your organization is not really known to this tool, you can initiate. You can go ahead. If you take this knowledge, you can go and initiate to your organization to start with this tool, isn't it? You can help out. This is also one of the signs of a leadership. These are leadership qualities to initiate good things in an organization, which will be very beneficial. So you can start with it. So again, to just summarize, identify prospective and the frauds, improve teamwork, the profile efficiency and inefficiency of poor staff, the retrenchment, troublemaker, all these things are very essential for an MBA student, which can be benefited by graphology. You can get trained in this. There are different types of levels. There is a basic level, there is an advanced level in signature analysis. There are different courses also. There are few experts who have actually divided this in 3 parts. As I told you earlier, the first one was which? Can anyone tell me anything? There were 3 types in graphology. What was it? One was drawing analysis. Can anyone tell me? Can anyone recollect what I had told earlier? Graphology includes 3 parts. One is the handwriting part. All right. One is the drawing part. Through drawing also, we can get to know how the person is, about ourselves as well, and about the other person. And we have the signature part.
Yes.
So there are these 3 parts in which we can study about graphs. All right. But this needs to be get trained under an expert only. There might be many videos and many things available on YouTube and Google, but it is really very much advisable if you are looking forward to get trained into this tool, then it is advisable to get trained under an expert, because there are few things which you need to know very well. You can apply this knowledge only after you are aware of its principles. And the principles of graphology can only be taught by an expert. If you follow those principles, your knowledge will be intact and you can just smoothly implement it anywhere and everywhere you want. All right. In drawing analysis, you can check the person is asked to draw random images that comes to his or her mind. For example, a human, mountain, sky, cloud, birds. So all these elements, you might say that I don't want to draw a human. I want to draw an animal. It has a different meaning. It has every element in your drawing also has a meaning. Mountains tell something else about the person. If a person does not draw a mountain, that also signifies something else about the person. So every element in the drawing has a meaning behind it. All right. It conveys your behavioral patterns accordingly. So it's nothing random, but people tend to draw these random elements. But while analyzing that, it has a meaning behind it. So further, the science also now includes color and logo analysis in teaching. So this is the current learning pattern where you can also get to know more about the colors and the logos. All right. And eventually, this is a deeper study of your behavior. In short, about yourself. So how many of you would like to learn this tool? Anyone? No one? Who all are excited to know what exactly goes into these things? Anyone interested to know how to get trained themselves in this tool along with your academics? Is anyone interested? No one? No one wants to know about themselves? Am I audible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So who all are interested then?
Oh, ma'am, I am interested to know more about it.
Great, great. That's great. Thank you. Does anyone have any queries? Anyone wants to solve their queries?
Ma'am, I have one question to ask.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Please
if
tell me.
anyone's handwriting is very bad, so what it indicates in graphology?
If anyone's handwriting is very bad,
from your computer okay the launch मीटिंग के नीचे रहता है ना नाम का बटन था उसके नीचे
hello, can
actually
please repeat?
one second
Ma'am, if anyone's handwriting is very bad, what it indicates in graphology?
Yes. So see, I cannot just say what would it indicate because there are many other traits which is to be considered. As I told you, this is not just one trait. If something is not looking bad, does not mean that the person is bad. Or if something looks very beautiful, does not mean that the person is beautiful. For that,